Hey, good afternoon. It's Tuesday, October 18th, and welcome to Everyday Talk 24/7. Today we're going to continue looking at this concept, this framework of boyfriends or future husbands. And again, this has a much bigger impact than just boyfriends and girlfriends. But this is the kind of area we need to look at in terms of building relationships that will result in good, solid marriages, solid families, raising sons and daughters who will be faithful to God, and therefore they will also raise sons and daughters who will be faithful to God. As we look around the landscape, the relational landscape today, it's not a very pretty one. There's a lot of brokenness, a lot of upset. A lot of people wondering if they get married, will it last? Will they join the divorce rate? Or is there a way to get around that? Can we do something, build something positive? And what I'm suggesting in these videos is that we have a goal of understanding what makes relationships work before God and work for that, instead of the kind of substitutes that have been given to us. So our culture, we have essentially replaced husband and wife as a goal with boyfriend-girlfriend as a goal. And then if boyfriend-girlfriend works out, then husband and wife might work out. But you cannot build a good relationship towards marriage by building on the fundamentals of boyfriend-girlfriend. And I hope you'll see that as we work through it. So just to summarize what we looked at so far in the first two videos, future husbands need to be committed to the relational, spiritual, and physical health of his future wife. He needs to give to her without the expectation of receiving. He needs to be satisfied with the one flesh relationship that is with his wife and nowhere else. And he needs to find awe, beauty, and joy in the inner woman that is his wife or future wife to be. And not look for it all the externals, which is what our culture is looking at, externals. So to sum up where we've been, and what we looked at yesterday in particular, it is vital to distinguish whether a future wife is someone who is desired or valued. See, if desire before marriage is the primary attraction, that's going to lead to objectification by the future husband, and he will think of and treat his future wife as a possession or a commodity, and not as a person to be valued, not to find beauty within them. So again, look at the details from yesterday, but that's a summary of where we were yesterday. Now, finishing up today, I'm going to look at this next section of being concerned about the relational health. A future husband is someone who's concerned about the relational health of someone who may be his future wife. These are things that a boyfriend is not going to be especially concerned about, except as how it impacts him in the immediate. But a future husband is going to be very concerned about these things. How aware is he of the other significant relationships in her life and how they impact her? Again, drawing from a lot of years of personal counseling experience, I can promise you these areas are huge, and they will impact marriages for decades. So it's important to be aware of them right now. So the first significant relationship to look at is, what is her relationship? And then she can figure this out by saying, what is his relationship? But we're looking at the future husbands today. What is her relationship with their parents? What is the health of that marriage? Where are the strengths and weaknesses there? Is she able to talk to you about those things? Not just in a negative way, but so you really get a grasp of how these things impact her. How are the parents doing? Are they able to let go and see marriage as a good thing? Are they still clinging? Are there difficulties in the past in that marriage? If there are, they're going to impact your marriage. So you need to be aware of that. Similarly with relationship with siblings. If the relationship with the siblings is healthy and good, that's a good sign for the marriage. If the relationship with the siblings is negative, that's not a very good sign for the marriage. And again, when you get married, these things don't stop. They're right there. Conflicts, squabbles, irritations, bitterness. They don't end when you get married. Oftentimes these sibling relationships, these problems and bitter issues will explode. So you want to be aware of them going in. Other relatives as well, aunts, uncles, people who have had an impact into her life. They will have an impact in your life, as married life. You want to be aware of perhaps if there's been issues of abuse and sort those out and with the impact of them, as well as looking for things, where are the positive things been? What are the takeaways you can get that are good and strong? What about the work and school relationships? What's been going on there? How difficult has that been? Where the challenges have been? What have been the struggles? Where have the failures been? Where have the successes been? Is there frustration in working in school? You need to find that out so you can work with it. And then friends. What impact have her friends had? What about the impact of past relationships? In this culture, we call them exes, not necessarily marriage, but just say you had a relationship, you're not there together anymore. Have those issues been resolved and taken care of? These are huge issues that need to be addressed and understood, because they will impact your marriage. And a future husband is going to be concerned with these things. The boyfriend is going to be concerned with how can we get through the next date, or how can we plan some activities to escape all these things. But when you get married, you can't escape them because she's bringing them with her, just as you're bringing your issues with you. So that's why we've got to get a handle on them. So it's your job, future husband, to have that place of being a place of safety and guidance for your future wife, so she's secure with you. This means not simply taking her point or her side on everything, or only looking at things from her perspective, but help her to understand not only where other people need to grow and change, but where she needs to grow and change. Because this is one of the most successful components of a marriage that works well. Can you help each other grow and change? Because you've heard me say this before, but the closer you get to someone, the longer you live with them, the more you understand why Jesus had to die for them. So this is a vital area to work through. If this balance is not achieved before marriage, it's only going to lead to increased tensions after marriage. So these are huge practical things to work with. In the next video, we're going to begin looking at spiritual impact and how the future husband can make a spiritual difference in the relationship. But we're kind of out of time for today, so we'll save that for tomorrow. Again, we're not talking about something that's designed to last just for the weekend or just for the month or just for the year. We're talking about something that's going to impact you, your future wife, your children, and your grandchildren. This is huge to get a handle on it. Again, love your comments and feedback. Thank you for sending them in. Keep on doing it. Check us out everydaytalks247.com. If you haven't subscribed, turn on post notifications. These videos will come right to you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for those who support us with your finances, with your prayers, and I love the comments and the feedback. So these are important things for us to grasp, because we're not doing a very good job of relationships, but the Bible gives us the help that we need so that we can. And that's the thought for this day. Relational health. Future husbands are going to be concerned and have an eye to the future. Have a great evening, and we'll see you tomorrow, Lord willing. Bye-bye.